Hey everybody, Paul Turner here from thediscipleproject.net. Hope that you guys are having an awesome summer. And I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about a habit that I think every youth worker should have, and one that I have recently come back to. But before I get into all that, I want to offer you a couple of opportunities. If you would like to support this channel, I hope you do. I hope that you've been enjoying the content. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos and all the things I've been doing. And if you would like a way to support this, two ways you can do that. Number one, you can go to my store at shop.thediscipleproject.net. There'll be a link down in the description below. You can go by there and check out, I'm almost at 100 resources that you can get now between sermon series and small group Bible studies and things like that. I hope that you'll go by and check it out. I know fall is coming, so maybe it might be a good time to check that out and see if there's anything you can use there. Also, I have a Patreon account. Now, if you're not familiar with what a Patreon is simply a monthly way that you can support this channel and say, look, Paul, I'm interested. I love your content, and I really want to support what you're doing. It's at the $1, $5, and $10 level, link in the description below. At $1, you're just saying, hey, Paul, enjoy your stuff. I just want to support you. You click and boom, $1. At $5, you're going to get some behind the scenes. You're going to get some updates that some other people do not get, and some discussions, polls, all that kind of good stuff. And then at $10, you're going to get a free resource every month from me. And that's something that I'm writing that's going to go into my store, but you're more than likely going to get it for free. So you're going to get free stuff from me every month no matter what. So for that $10 a month, if you're looking for that behind the scenes about youth ministry, tips and tricks, and all that, and support and prayers and all that kind of good stuff, if that interests you, please go check out my Patreon page. It's right down there in the description below. Now, what is it about the habits of our lives that we either really embrace or we really shrug off? Well, I think a lot has to do with the work factor. How much work does it take? And the habit that I think that a lot of people shy away from, that because to them it just takes too much work, is journaling. Now listen, I'm a big fan of journaling, love to write, all those kind of things. You know this if you visited my blog at thediscipleproject.net. You can go there, read all kinds of stuff. But I was looking the other day, and I have all these journals. Some of them are filled, some of them are halfway filled, some of them are homemade, like this one. Some of them are just normal, ones like this that I just buy at the store. Some of them are just coming apart. They just have pages in there from who knows where. But I wanted to share with you guys today. Oh, I just started a new one. I just, it just happens to me. It just hits me one day and says, hey, listen, you need to start writing this stuff down. And I wanted to share with you 5 reasons why you want to think about journaling if you've not started already. Number one, you get to empty your head out, okay? The human mind has all kinds of things going on into it. If you're a youth worker or not, you have things that are going on up here that are not really great, and sometimes they are. Sometimes you want to journal all the good stuff, but I like to use it as a way to kind of just do a head dump where I say, look, I'm going to write some stuff, and I'm going to get this out of my system. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to make sure that, and when I write it, that that I know that people are going to read it someday. So I try not to be too crazy to do all that. But I do want to have a place where I can put and dump my thoughts, where instead of rehearsing them over and over again, I get to put them in here. They live inside of here now. Maybe I can dump that and get rid of it. And it's an important part of the ministry. It's to stay healthy. It's to stay emotionally healthy. Is to be able to do that dump out of your brain, put it in the book, and boom, you're done, right? The second thing is this, is that I basically want to leave a record of my life or my ministry or whatever it is that you want to put in these books. Some of them are just insights. Some of them it's about TV shows. Some of it's just, whatever I want to write. I used to be really particular about what I was writing or how I was writing, or had to be super spiritual. I had to go, listen, my family's going to, look at my life. They already know my life, but there are some things in there that go, hey, I didn't know that, or I didn't know he thought that way, or I didn't know he liked that. And, I'm just going to put that in there just because I want to leave a record of some kind that says, hey, I was, a fairly maybe well-rounded human being. Or maybe I was misunderstood, or maybe they're going to find out that I regretted some things, or maybe they're going to find out that I am sorry about some things that maybe I never said. I don't know, but I'm going to put in journal this because I want to leave my own personal Exodus story, if you will. I want to write down those things, those trials, tribulations, the things that you don't necessarily comes out of your mouth, but you're going to write it down because you want them to understand the pain, the things you went through in your journey. The third reason is this, is I'm going to just log my own spiritual growth, right? You can journal for that. But I want to see and look past, and you know what, I'm fearful to look into these journals, because I hopefully I've grown, hopefully I've done some growing. But if I looked in those journals, hopefully I would see a pattern of where I was here when I was 24 or 34 or 44, whatever it may be, that I'm seeing some progress in my life, right? The fourth thing is this, that I want to basically leave a legacy. You know, I read a book by Jeff Goins called The Art of Work, and he talks about a lady named Judy Noland who started something, Leave Nothing Unsaid. And it's basically, she helps people write their final letters, right? That they leave a lasting letter that to be able to communicate to their loved ones. And just recently, I had a friend pass away, died in his sleep at 44 years old. And boy, it was just like, man, he's 44. He was practicing for a triathlete, had run marathons, all those kind of things, and he just, he died of a heart attack in his sleep. And I just, I just thought, if he had a chance to write a letter to his kids, what would he have written? And so I even started the other day, I just kind of wrote a letter to my kids, and it's not my final letter. It's just kind of like, hey, I know you right now at age 22. Hey, I know you right now at age whatever it is, or you're married, or whatever it may be, and I'm writing these letters so kind of they'll see kind of where I'm at with them, that if they have any, later on, if they wonder, I wonder what Dad was thinking about this. Well, hopefully they'll have an idea of that. But the last thing is this, I just want to be able to say to people that I was here, right? That I existed, that there's a whole bunch of journals here with a whole bunch of thoughts. Maybe I leave them to my wife. Maybe I just say, hey, look, honey, if there's anything in there, maybe you could, post them on a blog for yourself. Maybe you could put the notes together and write a book. Or maybe one day I'll put them together and write a book. Who knows? But at least I'm putting them all together to have a catalog to some degree of my existence. I know that, people do all kinds of things. They create things or make things, but, I'm never going to make something. I'm probably going to have a building named after me, and I'm probably never going to have, some of those kind of things that will leave a lasting kind of thing, that I was here kind of thing. But at least I have these, my family, myself. At least I feel like I'm exporting, if you will, in computer terms. I feel like I'm exporting my life into something tangible that can be read later on by people who may care, my grandkids, their grandkids, whoever it may be. So journaling to me has become super important beyond blogging, because there's things I write in my journal that I don't write in my blog, but just because it's super personal, and it's, you don't need to hear all that. You want the up Paul Turner all the time. You don't want sad Paul. You want up Paul. Sad Paul goes and visits his journal sometimes, and so those things will be left for that. But it's an excellent way, and I would encourage you to look into it for yourself, because if kids see you leaving a journal, especially the students you minister to, maybe journaling becomes a small part of your Sunday school class, or maybe it becomes a part of a small group or something like that, where you encourage them and teach them the practice of journaling and how important it is, maybe for the reasons that I've shared, that might be good for them. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much once again for coming in and hanging out with me for a while. I hope this was of value to you. If you decide to leave, start your journal, I would love to hear about it. There'll be some links down in the description below of some journals. I have an Amazon affiliate, so another way you can support this channel is simply buy some of those journals, and I'll make 5 cents or whatever that will be. But there'll be a link down to some of those journals if you're interested in that. And if you're brand spanking new, thanks for hanging out for a little while. I appreciate you just being a part and checking out the video. No need to support me now. Go back, watch some videos, stick with me for a while, and if you think it's worth supporting, go ahead. If you're a regular, once again, thanks for hanging out with me, being a part of the community. Love you being here. Please leave some comments down below if you have questions, or maybe you have questions about the fall coming up that I can answer for you in an upcoming video. And I have some videos coming out this week. I'm putting out a whole string of them called Real Youth Pastors Don't Starve, and it's about declaring you as an artist and what that means. And so I'm super excited to bring that to you. So, all right, that's it for today, everybody. Love you guys. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.